So since it is such a nice day and we're already well into October, I think we should go for a ride. Let's go. As we are driving very slowly here, I can explain to you a little bit about the dashboard. As you can see, we've got quite a few lights on. I've got the automatic lights, so it'll do its own choice of lighting. There's a nice strong LED headlight, and there's the sort of like signal lights on the side, also LEDs. It's full LED, by the way, even the rear lighting is all LED. But I wanted to point out a few things to you, and that is this symbol here. That means that the app is connected. Now I'm going to switch on the headset, which is done now, and as you can see, it shows up here. Now it is very important to note that the TFT is attached as a phone. All right, so the TFT is in fact the central point. So the headset is connected to the TFT as a phone, and the phone is connected to the TFT via Bluetooth, and also as a phone, I would assume. Notice also we're driving in manual mode, and if I press this button here at the bottom, I can, it automatically switch to D for drive, which is fully automatic. I think that for driving in town and sort of nice gentle strolling, as it were, automatic is absolutely fine. However, if you ride with a pillion, then it might be easier to use manual mode because it's a little bit smoother. I will show you. So, still in drive. See, as long as I'm going nice and slowly, you get a little jolt, but no more than that. However, if you speed up, the jolts get stronger, especially in the lower gears. In the top gears, you don't notice it so much. But it's very relaxing, you know, there's no need to, mind your speed or do anything like that at all. It's just, nice, gentle system. You just use the throttle and that's it. Okay, so many people were wondering what the low speed capabilities of this ASA system are. Well, they're very good. I haven't noticed any problem, if you like. You can still do slow speed maneuvering quite easily, but we'll get to that later. Also notice that I have the heated grips on. These are my summer gloves, and we're already in October, so it's autumn and it could be a little bit cooler. However, these deflectors here, they work incredibly well. I really like it. And there's more deflectors, as you might know, but we'll get to that when we do a little bit of motorway. So this is the connection level, and this is the battery of the phone, this thing here. So yeah, this once you've set up that connection with the headset, it actually works well. Now, how do you get your navigation on the display? Not that hard. You just press the rotating thing, and as you can see, I'm getting the a little bit more information now. If I press that again, it's for the trip, and then here comes the real McCoy. Here's the Navi. I have the phone in my pocket at the moment, and normally it would go in here. But the problem is with this that it's a tight fit. A lot of phones these days are relatively large, like I have the Samsung S24 and with a protective body around it, making it even bigger. Then it is a really tight fit. However, the nice thing about this is that I've added a little USB charging cable to it. It doesn't come as standard, you have to buy that separately, but there is a standard USB-C to USB-C connection. This bike is almost full options, apart from one notable exception, and that's the speakers here. So yeah, I'm not into music much anyway, even when I'm driving my car. I rarely have music on. I just like the sound of the engine, especially on bikes. You know, it's much nicer to listen to the engine. Oh, by the way, and if you're in D mode, you can also shift with the lever down there. See? And it'll start picking it up again as before. The good thing about the ASA is that it will adjust for the rev range that it wants. So it'll never stall because it'll change gear down for you if required. And that makes it all very relaxed, you know. This even if you don't feel like shifting down when there's a traffic light ahead, not a problem. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, there's so much traffic there again. Never mind. Oh yeah, did you hear that? It rev matches. Still got it in D mode, auto. Because yeah, that makes it very easy and relaxing, and if you need to stop, that's okay. No need to downshift by yourself. So I find that really handy. The widest point of the bike is actually these crash bars down there. I'll show them in more detail later. But yeah, so these mirrors are almost that width, but you do have to remind yourself that the widest part is actually the crash bar, which fits around the cylinders. My history is that I'm not really a BMW guy. I'm a relatively new addition to the family. I've always had Japanese touring bikes, like the FJR 1300. I've had one for 20 years, 180,000 kilometers. I've had a couple of Honda Pan-Europeans, the 1100 model, the ST 1100. And I currently also have the ST 1300. Now let's squeeze through here. There we go. And so there's some interesting differences, of course. First of all, the ST 1300 is a V4. This is a boxer twin. So the character is quite different. However, this being the latest version, the 1300, it's got lots and lots of torque. So I don't know what's going on here, but it seems to be pretty stuck. We're back on the road, and some totally crazy idiot has thought of putting traffic lights in the middle of a motorway. So that was the problem. So in the meantime, as we're taking it easy still, I can explain a little bit more. So this Navi It only operates with the BMW app, which you can just download on your phone. From A to B, it actually works quite well, I think. You can set it to very twisty roads or less twisty roads or direct or whatever. But you can't plan a route on it as you can on, for instance, my TomTom 550. You can upload like a GPX file, so you can do custom-made routes on it, but you can't plan them on that app itself. I don't think anyway, or at least not easily. So what else do we have? Oh yes, let's try the cruise control. Oh, by the way, see, did you see that yellow triangle? That was the warning. That's in one of the riding assistant packages. So it is clearly an optional feature. Okay, electronic cruise control. So you switch it on here like this, and then I can set the speed. So let's just go a little bit quicker. There you go. So now I can, as with any cruise control, I can just let go of the throttle. Now the interesting thing is, this is adaptive cruise control. So if a car approaches, or actually I'm approaching the car, it'll slow down to match the distance. That distance is indicated here. So I've got it set to a fairly short distance. Let's see, what else? Oh yes, so I can now, as I'm riding, I can feel the wind here on my knees. Now if I pull up this, it's completely gone, no more wind. Same on the left, of course. It is a manual system, but it protects you really well from the rain and the wind. So I think for long distance touring on the motorway, especially in autumn and winter, this will be excellent. I didn't expect it to have this much effect. Okay, so we're coming up to a car now. And let's see, oh yeah, it's already beginning to slow down. See? It's slowing down, now there's a guy in front of us. And it slows down even further. If I want to get rid of that, I can just put out the turn signal and it starts picking up back to the original speed, as you'd expect. Very convenient and very relaxing. I noticed that there's with the sun right behind us, there's a bit of glare on the TFT screen, which makes it a little bit more difficult to read. Ah, there was the rev matching again. See? Nice. Okay, time to switch to manual. This button here. There we go. Now we're in manual. Notice that I'm not going to shift down because I want to show you that as normally it would stall. Oh, we have to go this way. See, it's switching down, and we're in first, and I didn't touch a thing. So even when you're in what is called manual, it will still assist. There we go. And even in manual it very nicely rev matches when you shift down. That's a beautiful feature, I think. Okay, so you can see on this on the screen that I'm now in road mode. This is one of the driving modes, and this button here selects those modes. So let's do that now. I'm going into dynamic, and the nice thing about dynamic is that it adjusts the suspension. It's also the throttle response. It's a little bit more responsive now. And also interesting is that the suspension at the rear is lifted a little bit. You can really tell the difference. It's not much, it's just maybe a few centimeters or so, but it's enough to yeah, make the bike stand up a little bit, changing the basic configuration and the way it responds. So this is the much more sporty position. So perhaps you can tell that the jolts when you're shifting, especially shifting up, are nowhere near as strong as when you're in D mode, in fully auto mode. So I think a lot of people will probably prefer manual mode. But as I say, D mode definitely does have its uses. And the ride mode includes rain as well. I'll show you. Look, there's road, dynamic, eco, and rain. Road is the standard one. It always starts off in this one. I don't think it keeps the setting that you select. We'll try that later. For those of you that have never ridden a bike with auto gears, well, I haven't until I got this one, you just keep your throttle steady, so there's no need to close it. The system will do that for you, making the transition as smooth as it can. There's another thing I want to show you here on the dashboard. That's this, the indication there. So at the moment I've got it for total distance that we can still go on this fuel. So with this button here, the menu button on the left, I can put other things on the screen. There we go, here. So this is the actual fuel status. Next thing is the trip distance. It starts that at 0. You can reset it, of course. And then this is the I think this is the average speed. And this is an interesting one. This is the front and rear tire pressure. And where we are to the total distance we can still cover on this tankful. Notice, by the way, that if you use this menu button the other way, so down, then you get into the menu, but we're going to cover that a little bit later. Something else I would like to say about the Navi using the BMW app. The problem that I find with it is that it is, yeah, how shall I say it? If you need to change something, you need to really stop. It's not something that you can change on the display. You can zoom in on the display. Maybe I can show you that a little bit. Go back. So this is the full Navi screen. And as you can see on the left, I can zoom in or out. So we get the wonder wheel, and then we can just go like this. I usually like a bit more overview, so there you go. So this is really yeah, pretty much the stuff that you can do with it. Hello folks, this is me again. Thank you for watching. I'm going to show a little bit about my new bike, the BMW R1300RT. It's the new BMW R1300RT, and it's a beauty. This baby, it's a 1300cc as the name suggests. It has 145 horsepower and 149 Newton meters torque, which is quite a bit. And it rides like a dream. It's very smooth. Interestingly, it is completely new design. And here's something else that I want to show you. Look. Now, when you used to look at the cylinders from the top on older bikes, even the 1250, the predecessor to this, you'd notice that the left cylinder is further ahead than the right cylinder. So these are the lights from the front and the bars. By the way, the bar protectors here, they are from our Chinese friend Ali. And here you can also see the passenger's footrests, nice and large. This is all part of the passenger optional package. The exhaust is chromed in a black chrome, I think they call that. Looks very nice. All goes together very well. And look, it looks beautiful. Very nice. We're here in Hoek of Holland, by the way. I'm not quite sure if they're standard or not. I think the side panniers are, but the top one, the top case, definitely isn't. It's part of the passenger comfort package, and the reason is that this is a heated padding, I suppose, and the passenger can adjust this by him or herself. Look, this is the button for the heated seat, and then on the other side there's the button for the heated grips, because yes, you're not going to believe this, but these are heated grips. See, that's the switch over there. Right, the panniers. Just saying hi to my friend the fisherman. Okie dokie. And now let me unlock the central locking. There we go. You get this key, by the way. You can unlock it here. There we go. After 30 seconds, by the way, it automatically locks again. So there you go. So you press this, the lever comes up, you just pull it again, and then it'll drop out, as you could see. So they don't look very large, but there's a trick. Watch this. Oh yeah, wait. So first, this is the distance now, the width of them. Now I pull this knob and then I can just go like this. And as you can see, it's shifting. And now it'll fit a helmet. So you can fit a helmet in here. And as you can see, oh, it's quite a bit wider now. So there we go. So the left case has another USB connector here. Actually, you do need a BMW adapter. So yeah, you need to specify that or order that separately. And this is nice. It's got like a little document net. Quite neat. So let's look at the there we are. So this is the top case. It's 56 liters. It's huge, and it very easily fits two helmets. It's got one of these document thingies again, and oh, please excuse the dog hairs here. Never mind that. So, and here's the USB connector, and as you can see, it's already got the BMW connector there. Speaking of USB, there's another one here. For this you will also need the adapter, and it's nicely sort of sealed with a rubber seal. There we are. Nice bike, huh? So when you do turn in the knob back, you have to be careful and remember that you sort of push it in, otherwise, as you can see here, it doesn't really close properly. This is an interesting thing. This is to actually take the pannier off. You just release it like this, and then with this lever here you can unhook it. I'm not going to do that while I'm not here in near home, but I might show you later. There we go, we place it all done. Now we can just close it up and we're good to go. A neat feature of the top case is that when you unlock it, this is the actual lever, and you just need to go like this, and then the struts will open it for you. Very convenient. Oh, and it's got a little light. Well, it's, of course, there's no need for light at the moment, but it's got a light. All panniers, all three panniers have these lights, by the way. Probably part of the comfort package. One other little feature that I've added is on the side stand. I've added this thing, also sourced from our Chinese friend Ali. And it widens the side stand a little bit, and it makes it a little bit higher because yeah, I'm not sure if you can see, but the angle at which it sits like this is yeah, it's quite big. So yeah, it's not horizontal here, of course, but in any case, some people have complained that picking the bike up from the side stand like this is a bit of an effort. I haven't noticed that yet, but I'm pretty sure that yeah, if it would be tilted the other way, then it might be very difficult to do. It's still a heavy bike at 281 kilograms, of course. Something that took me quite a while to get used to. That is to switch on the heated seat and the heated grips. So what happens is that you can press this button here, keep it pressed, so watch. See? And then the multi-switch, you can actually use this. Up does the heated grip, down does the heated seat. I press up and then it cycles through the settings 1, 2, 3 or off. And I press down, it cycles through the heated seat. We're about to take off in a minute. Then the trick is that you need to apply the front brake, and then you can start the engine. There we go. Okay, lots of people have commented that they think the noise is a bit lame, but I quite like it. It's a nice typical boxer engine, but it does seem that it's not the boxer engine that people are used to, but I like it, so that's great. Oh, by the way, I just noticed something very convenient as well. That's the tire nipple. There you go. So it points out, so it should be very easy to fill up the air. One thing about the panniers is this area here. Well, apparently it's meant to prevent scratching, but I think it is relatively soft material, so it still scratches. Okay, so yeah, this is the sound. Very nice. Let's look at the multi buttons. So I'm going into the menu. I just press it down like so. Then, as you can see, it shows up navigation, and with the wonder wheel I'm going into the configuration, menu down, and system. And then here you go. These are the favorite buttons, as it says. My favorite number one is the reset for the main trip, if you like. So trip 1. Number 2 is to reset trip number 2. And then 3 is the configuration menu, which shows you a lot of the information about the bike. And number 4 is the navigation. So this is where you set up those preset buttons. So this is the one that I wanted to show you still. So this tells you a little bit about the bike, and it's got a so it shows you the temperature, the distance still to go, the volt level, stuff like that. A number of these things you can't see while you're riding. So for instance, the engine temperature there, you can't see that, so you need to go into the menu to see it. And then these are the actual trip information. There you go. This is trip 2. Here we are with the tire pressure, not showing because it only does that once you're on the road. This is telling me that it needs the 1,000 kilometers the first service. So this is for the headlights. So the flash signal like this, and to actually put the light on, you can just go like this. So what do I think about the bike so far? I've had it for 3 weeks now, done around 700 kilometers, and so what's my honest opinion? Comparing it, of course, especially to the Honda ST1300, my other bike at the moment. Well, it is very smooth, and I like all the gadgets that are on it, all the electronic assistant stuff and what have you. Very nice, which is one of the reasons why I got it. Another reason was I wanted to try that automatic shift stuff, the gear change, because on the ST1300, of course, it's a traditional bike, so clutch and pedal. What else? The ride is very good, very smooth, and I love the engine. The Boxer engine is quite a revelation to me, because I never had a Boxer before. I did have a V-twin, and I was afraid that this, being a twin, might do like that twin did, and that is that it sort of starts, how shall I say it, in low revs. It starts to jump a little bit. This one doesn't have that at all. As you could tell, as I was coming down this little hill here, it was just as smooth as everything. So no problem at all. So no jolting back and forth in very low revs. I love the torque. The torque of this engine is quite impressive, 149 Newton meters, which is more than the V4 of the ST1300, by the way. But then, of course, the ST1300 is 15 years old. So there's quite a bit of development in between. BMW so far, totally excellent. There's another feature that I want to show you, that is the SOS button. It is this button here. Now the bike either detects that you've crashed and it'll call the help center, or you can just lift this and press it. And if I press it, then you can cancel it as well within something like 10 seconds or whatever. But if there is an accident that you're not actually involved in yourself, but you want to ask for help, then this is the thing. I think that is an excellent feature. Yep, I checked, and when I leave it off in dynamic, then and switch back on, it'll be back in dynamic as you'd expect. So that works fine. And you can definitely feel that the rear end is raised a little bit, and the throttle response is a bit better, faster. I have the comfort saddle on this one, and I must say that it compares very well to the ST1300's gel saddle that I've put on it. That was a custom saddle made by Top Celery in France, and it's fully gel, whereas this seems to be foam, but it is at least as comfy, so I'm quite happy with this. Of course, there's no way you can completely avoid pain in the bottom, but yeah, an hour and a half at least, no problem at all. So quite happy with that. And yes, do I like the ASA, the automatic gears? Oh yes, yes, it's definitely worth having. I think. I think I play with it. Oh, it's still new, of course, but I play with it a lot more than I had imagined, and even in auto, it works very well. I'm very pleased. I sort of ride it more in manual mode, but yeah, at times I give auto a try. There's another thing I should tell you. There's been some discussion on forums about this. It's the slight weaving, if you like. Of course, I'm only doing 89 kilometers, probably closer to 80 because of the you know, it's exaggerating. But yeah, you can feel it, especially with the wind. Now, if I look at these windmills over there, I think we have a wind in the back now. I noticed that if it's coming from the front, you'd probably notice a bit more. However, I must say that it doesn't worry me in the slightest. So yes, it does, you know, a little bit like this, a little bit of weaving, but yeah, it's really nothing to worry about at all. It's still very stable. But yeah, other people, they might have bikes that do it more than mine, I have no idea. But for me, it's not really a problem. I'm wondering about not being, you know, BMW rider before. It's the heat of the cylinders. Well, you feel absolutely nothing. Notice that it's got these sort of yeah, shields, if you like, and they probably do their work very well, because you know, I notice absolutely nothing of engine heat. Now in summer that will be different, because I was riding my ST just this week, and I know that in summer it can get quite hot, especially around the shin area and your feet. But yeah, So when I was riding it earlier on this week, I really didn't notice any heat at all, so just like now. So I'm pretty sure that come summer this might be feeling a little bit hotter, but yeah, I think it probably won't be any worse than other bikes that have a full fairing such as this. Another point of criticism that you hear every now and then is that they say that the gear lever is a little bit, yeah, it doesn't give much feel. But the reason being that there is no mechanical connection between the lever and the gearbox. It is just it works like a button. It's basically just a command that you give the gearbox to shift up or down. I haven't really found that a problem because yeah, although it has a first down and all other gears up pattern, there is no neutral in between. I didn't tell you this yet, and I'm going to show you later on, but there's a couple of ways you can engage neutral. And the most common one is just by holding down this button here, the what is it, the selector between manual and automatic. That will get you in gear. Now you will need to use that, because when you're going to park your bike in your garage, you need to push it by hand, in which case you need to put it in neutral, because in park first gear, yeah, it is just way too heavy, you can't push it. The other option is to just hold down the gear lever. That will let me do it, let's do it here. This is a nice quiet spot, I think. Yep. So there you go. So now we're in first gear. Now I'm going to just hold down this button and watch. Hop, we're in neutral. See, no problem at all. So if I shift into first gear, you hold the brake again. So sorry, yeah, you hold the handbrake or foot brake, whatever. We're now back in first gear. I can let it go because it's not crawling. Now I'm going to do it with the gear lever here. I'm just holding it down. Of course, hold the brake, hold down, and there it goes. Neutral. So these are the two methods of shifting into neutral. There we go. Let's go again. And it's these type of things that make the whole bike, you know, very smooth, very subtle, very well thought out. So dual brake system. So when you use the front brake, it will also apply the rear brake a little bit, and it'll balance it for you. The central computer does that. That is also very important when it comes to stability. Now the ST1300, my pan-European, it has also combined brake system, but it is mechanical. So it really works well, I must admit. Totally smooth and you know, no problems. But it is a mechanical system, whereas this is a slightly more refined electronic version. But it doesn't always shift all the way down to first. So that means that it will make you ride off in second gear. Now the bike has more than enough torque to do that, but it's you know, you do not get the kind of torque that you're expecting when you're riding off in first gear. So that's something to be aware of. So I do always check whether I'm in first gear when I need to be. The other thing is that I think I was riding in D mode, and it was in Rotterdam in the city center. Yes, I know that's not a very nice place to ride a bike, but still I had to go somewhere. And I noticed that it dropped out of gear, and I was in third and it went straight into neutral for some reason. No problem, I just shifted up and it went back into third. So that must have been a slight electronic hiccup, and I don't know what caused it, but you know, it was a lot of city traffic and stuff like that. So it hasn't happened since, but yeah, something to be aware of perhaps. Or it might be that I might have even touched the lever because it's so smooth. You know, I wouldn't be surprised that if you touch it even just a little bit, that yeah, it already takes it as a command or something. And then again, it's neutral, wasn't it? So that's weird. Yeah, it should never really, you know, through the gears you can't get to neutral. I was telling you about the navigation before, and as you notice here, there's no map, and the reason is that you'll notice that there's also no Wi-Fi symbol here for the phone. So if the app isn't connected, you can still navigate, but it doesn't show you the map. It needs that Wi-Fi connection to show you the map. I think the phone actually looks for something that identifies as a BMW TFT Wi-Fi hotspot. So setting it up is pretty automatic, but I find it's not all that reliable, and some people have also commented on the fact that yeah, if you put the phone here in this pocket, that the connection seems to be unstable. I haven't noticed that myself yet. Probably also depends on your phone. But yeah, it's yeah. So when it comes to the app, I would much rather have had something on the bike itself. But I can imagine why BMW did it this way, because then of course keeping stuff up to date and stuff like that is a bit of a challenge. With the app, you know, it's online pretty much all of the time, and so it's easy to update. So I can imagine why they've done it, but yeah, it could have worked a little bit better. So perhaps in a next version. Position. Well, I've got nothing to compare it to except for my ST1300. So you know, I've not had a BMW previous to this, but I must admit that it is, of course, a very comfortable position. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. The footrests on my ST1300, they feel a little bit lower. I'm not sure in how far they actually are lower, but yeah, it just feels that way. Also, the handlebar is relatively narrow, but I find it very comfortable. Ah, wait, let's see if there's something we can try here. Yeah, see this? That's the forward collision warning. I did this on purpose, folks, because I knew it was coming. This is something that might surprise you. I've got it set up so that it doesn't actually do the braking for you. You can set it up to do that, but I've heard that BMW are recommending that for now, until some sort of a software update, you don't use that. So I've got it set up in warning mode only, and then it just brakes very short brake only to wake you up, if you like, if you had been asleep. And yeah, and then you can take evasive measures. When it comes to pillion comfort, my wife said that she slides back and forth a little bit more than she does on the top celery gel seat of the ST1300, but she finds it very comfortable. It's a little bit tougher for her to get on, because this is a relatively high bike, and she's you know, like maybe a 5-foot young lady. But and she likes the backrest on the top case, of course. Wind noise. When it comes to wind noise, I would say that it is perhaps slightly noisier than the ST1300. Probably due to the fact that yeah, the screen is a little bit lower, but you know, not so much. Apart from the motorway, where yeah, having a higher screen really takes you out of the wind completely, and that means that also wind noise around the helmet is much reduced. Now, I always ride with earplugs, so I find this still very acceptable. The nice thing about this screen is that it has this rounded edge, so yeah, that this gives you something to look over. So it's probably designed just this way, and yeah, generally I think it works quite well. Okie dokie, slow speed maneuvers. Let's do some figure 8s. As you can see, I can do a pretty tight turn, and it keeps running, and I'm just using my my foot brake to control speed, just as I would on a clutch bike. But there's no need to pull in the clutch, because it just can't stall, you see. I mean, yeah, if you stop, yeah, it just stops, and you know, nothing happens. So this works incredibly well, I think. Again, nice tight turns. See, I let the brake go a little bit, so I give it a little bit of throttle. It's not full lock turn actually, this, almost, but not quite. So this all feels pretty natural, I think. Now if I do it without the brake, yeah, it still works. You can still do very tight turns. Yeah, so, you know, there's no need to worry about the ASA when it comes to slow speed maneuvering. Indeed, what you might have to watch out for is this. Yeah, well, you hardly noticed it this time. But, so when you're pulling away at a traffic light and there's a curve to the right, then the bike will actually jolt a little bit, and that might take you by surprise. So again, nothing to worry about, just so that you know. And I will show you as we pull away here that yeah, these gear changes in auto can be a little bit well, unexpected. Here we go. See? This is what I mean. So if you're in a spirited mode, then the gear changes are a little bit clunkier. But as we were going around that corner, you could see that it, you know, I was just very gentle, and well, so was the gear change. So I suppose that makes sense. Okay, I'm going to show you something else. This is the assist for the center stand, if you like. Now, what happens is that as soon as the bike notices that you're pulling down the center stand, that is when it will raise the rear suspension a little bit, just like in dynamic mode, I suppose. And that already puts it up a little bit, making it a lot easier to get your bike on the center stand. Now I'm not a very strong guy, so this is always a bit of an issue with me. And with the ST1300, 340 kilograms, I was having a tough time. In fact, you had to sort of like pull it backwards. This is different. With this you can still use your weight to do it. Now, when I put the center stand down, I hope you can hear the slight whizzing noise of when it's raising the suspension. Let's see. You hear that? Okay, so now it's raised. I can put it like this, and then I can just purely on weight put it on the center stand. That is the trick. We've come to the end of today's ride, and I'm going to sum up a little bit my findings. So let me start with saying that this is by all means an expensive bike. So is this thing worth your hard-earned dosh? I'd say it is, surprisingly enough perhaps. I mean, in disguise, with all the extras and stuff like that, yes, that's a lot of extra expense, but it offers so much. It gives me a smile from ear to ear. Is it only because this is a new bike? No, of course not. I've been riding bikes for so long that that no longer is part of the equation. The fun in riding it is what makes the difference. And this is just great fun to ride. You know, look at it. It's just a fabulous bike. It's beautiful to see. I love the color schemes. There could have been maybe more colors in the offer, but yeah, you know, there's 4 of them, by the way, and they seem to be tied to the options package that you choose. So this color is called Impulse, and it comes with a certain number of yeah, options. Don't ask me why. Well, I've discussed everything during the ride. I think the seating position, it is very comfortable. It is definitely as comfortable as my ST1300 with the gel seat on it. So yeah, that's great. The ride is fabulous. You know, in dynamic mode you can actually feel that it is sportier. In road mode it is more comfortable. You can really tell the difference. So these things actually do work. And you could say that it is you know, a number of bikes combined into one. And yes, that is what you pay for, unfortunately. You can't make a bike like this for much cheaper, I don't think. Having said that, I do regret that the Japanese manufacturers no longer make shaft drive touring bikes like this one. This and the other BMW, the K1600, are probably the only, real touring bikes still around. With one exception, the Goldwing. The Goldwing is way heavier than this, and that was one of the issues I was having with my Pan-European. Now I'm 64 and I'm still fit, but in a few years' time, who knows? I might not be able to push it around anymore. It's 340 kilos. This is 281, so there's a like a 50 kilograms weight advantage. I'm hoping that will help me in a few years. We'll see about that, and I'll let you know. But yeah, other than that, look, it's just a gorgeous bike. I love it. So guys, this is my 3-week ownership review of this fabulous bike, the BMW R1300RT, in impulse guise, if you might say. Totally love the bike, it's really fabulous. So in this review I've tried to tell you a little bit about the things I found, tried to show you a little bit about the menu that I had to sort of discover myself. Now the manual yeah, is okay, it's complete, but I find that one addition that might be very useful is if they would explain every button on the handlebars, exactly what options they give, because yeah, there are a number of options, especially the hamburger button as it is known, and the wonder wheel and stuff like that, and how it interacts with the menu. That stuff you need to get used to. I've shown you a little bit how it works. It isn't all that hard, but it does take getting used to. Would I buy this bike again? You bet. It's a fabulous bike. So if you're still having your doubts, even after seeing this, let me take away your worries. It's great. Only one piece of worry. This is by far the most electronically oriented bike I've ever had. And I'm hoping this stuff keeps going. To be fair to my Honda Pan-Europeans, and in fact all the Japanese bikes I've owned so far, they have never ever let me down, never. So I'm hoping that the electronics on BMW can match that. Having said this, you get 5-year sort of roadside assistance. There's the SOS button, which I've shown you, very important to me as well. Yeah. So if I get into trouble, but BMW are, taking good care of me, I'd forgive them. But until that happens, this is one hell of a bike. Enjoy.